Hey YouTube, this is another predictions video, and this time it'll be for the UFC Fight Night on Sunday, February 21st. Cowboy versus Cowboy, let's get to it. Starting with the UFC Fight Pass prelims, you got Anthony Hamilton versus Shamil, sorry, it's going to be hard to pronounce, Abdur Akimov. I gotta go with Anthony Hamilton. I think he's had a little bit better UFC record, and I think that he'll get another win under his belt over Shamil, and I think this will be Shamil's second loss in a row. Next is Lauren Murphy versus Kelly Fascoles. I'm going to go with Lauren Murphy. I think that, I don't really know who Kelly Fascoles is. Doesn't mean she can't win, but yeah, I guess I'll have to go with Lauren Murphy in that one. And then headlining the UFC Fight Pass prelims is Marion Renault versus Ashley Evans Smith. I have to go with Marion Renault. I think she has a lot more experience. She's been in there with Holly Holm, the current UFC bantamweight champion, and I think she's going to be a rising contender again. And I think she's going to win this fight. I think she'll be back on the winning column. FS1 prelims, we got Jonathan Webb versus Nathan Coy. I'm going to go with Nathan Coy. I know he's got some experience. Been on The Ultimate Fighter. I think he's got this one, a setback to Danny Roberts, but I think he's going to take this one. Next, we got Anthony Smith versus Leonardo Augusto Leleco. I got to go with Anthony Smith. He's competed in the UFC one time before. He's been in Strikeforce. I think he's got quite a win streak since he last fought in the UFC, but I think that Anthony Smith's going to take this one. I think he'll get his first UFC win. Then you got Daniel Sarafian versus Aluel Bamboshe. I gotta go with Aluel Bamboshe. I think he almost beat Uriah Hall, and then Uriah, the only time he made a mistake in that fight, going on his back, and then the fight was over when Uriah had the full mount and teed off, So I gotta go with Aluel. The featured bout is Alex Garcia versus Sean Strickland. Tough decision, but I gotta go with Sean Strickland. I think he's a young, hungry contender, and I think he wants it a lot. Let's see how old Alex is. Yeah. He's like a few years younger than Alex. I think that Sean Strickland's going to take this one. Next is the main card between James Crouch and Shane Campbell. I gotta go with Shane Campbell, I think Shane, he had a setback in his debut to John Makdessi, but he came back with a win over Elias Silverio, which I think is a pretty big victory for him. Because Elias was pretty dominant early in his career, and then in his UFC career, and then got cut. But yeah, so next is Chris Camozzi versus Joe Riggs. I gotta go with Chris Camozzi. I think that he's just kind of the bigger man in there. I think Joe Riggs more like a 170 guy. I think that Joe Riggs hasn't had a very good UFC career coming back. I just think Chris Camozzi is going to take this one. Next is Dennis Bermudez and Tatsuya Kawajiri. I'm gonna go Tatsuya Kawajiri. He's had a lot of experience. Dennis is tough, but Tatsuya, he's fought in like Strikeforce, maybe Pride, maybe he did. He's been in there with Gilbert Melendez, and he's had a pretty good UFC career. His only losses to Clay Guida, but I think he could still win this fight. And even though Dennis Bermudez has victory over Clay, I still think Tatsuya could win. Every fight's different, I guess. Next is Cody Garbrandt versus Augusto Mendez. I gotta go with Cody Garbrandt. He's a rising star, and I think he's gonna be a big name in the UFC's bantamweight division in the future. So I gotta go with Cody. Next is Derek Brunson and Rowan Carnero. I gotta go with Derek Brunson. I think he's probably faster than Rowan Carnero, and he has some power in his hands. I think he could be able to stop Rowan Carnero. And then the main event is Of course, Donald Cerrone and Alex Oliveira. I gotta go with Donald Cerrone. He's probably embarrassed with his fight with Rafael dos Anjos in his last one. You know, if you ask me, I don't think his mind was straight. That's what my dad said as well. You know, it was just after he lost his grandma, and it's probably what was going through his head during the fight. But I actually met Donald back when I was 10. He was pretty good to me, you know. I think Donald can get back on track winning this fight. You know, I think this is Donald's fight. I think he's gonna be back. All right, so that is all the predictions for this video, and see you next time for the next UFC predictions video. Bye.